All right, today we're working on a BMW 535i. This is a 2011 3.0 liter. So today we are changing the struts, and I want you to see this here. So on this number down here at the bottom, you see there's an R right here in the corner. That stands for right. So that's the passenger side, so we know that. So just so you know for reference, for you to find your right part. So this is the right one we're doing today. We are doing the passenger side strut, and this is what your strut should look like. All right, so I have my jack in place using this part of the frame here, this part meant for the jack, and then I have my jack stand right next to it. So the front tires on this spin when it's in the air. So I'm using the impact. So for me, it doesn't matter. But if you're not using the impact, let's say you're using a 4-way or a breaker bar, you're gonna have to break these studs free while this is on the ground, like halfway on the ground, but not all the way. And then once they're free, you can raise it up in the air all the way and then finish taking them out there with the 4-way or the breaker bar. But if you're using the impact like me, then it doesn't really matter. So just go ahead and start getting those out. All right, so once the tire is off, we can clearly see our strut right back there. So there are 3 areas to disconnect. There's the middle area here with a sway bar link. There's the bottom right down here. And there's up top with the 3 bolts right here. These 3 bolts here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this nut from this sway bar link while I can, just because it's right here, right in front of me. So I'm going to use an impact, but if you're not using the impact, this may spin. Even with the impact, this may still spin. So this is a T40 star point bit or Torx bit. So if you put your bit in here, you can get a wrench on that nut, and you can spin that nut while holding that bolt still. So this is how you kind of want it to look. So I have the T40 in there, and I'm holding it still, and I'm using the wrench to break this free. So this is only if the impact isn't working and it's still spinning on you. So this is just a quick tip of how to get this out. All right, so now that I showed you the caveman way, I'm gonna go ahead and use the impact first, and hopefully this gets it off. So, and this is also an 18mm, by the way. All right, got it all the way off. Okay, so right now the sway bar link is stuck in here at an angle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my crowbar, and I have it going over the sway bar, and I have it under the frame. And if I push down on it, then you'll see this move. See that move there? So I can get this out by pushing down on this sway bar, and then see, it's actually coming out on its own. But if I use my other hand while pushing down on this sway bar, I can easily pull that all the way out. And there's another way you can do this as well. I did this example in my other video. You can put a jack on the other side and raise the wheel off the ground, and that will cause the sway bar to drop and cause the sway bar link to drop, and you'll be able to get that out there as well. But either way can work. All right, so because of this part behind that sway bar link, that's about as much as it will go. So let's just go ahead and go down here, and we'll get this part out. So on this side, it's a 21mm nut. On the other side, it's a 18mm bolt head. So what you'll do is you hold the opposite side over here, the 18mm bolt head, and you'll break this nut free and get this nut all the way off. And then you can use a punch and hammer and punch this all the way out. Just make sure that it doesn't have too much pressure on it while you try and get it out. But of course, I'm gonna try impacting first. right, so it's spinning a little bit, so I'm gonna hold the other side and then impact it. Okay, so I just used a hammer and a punch once I got the nut off of there and quickly got it out. It wasn't really much pressure on this at all. So now that we have these two connections off, it's only one more connection at top. So let's go up here. All right, so let's go up here and remove these 13 millimeters. So now that that's free, I can come over here and move this off the wall, and I should be able to punch that out now. All right, so now that we have everything off, so the only thing is this strut is kind of trapped in here. So you can see, because this part here is forked at the bottom. So in order to get this off, we have to push this steering knuckle all the way down as far as we can, or push from up here. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can get someone to put their foot on this and push down with all their strength, and then you can grab it and pull it out of there. So you have to lift up and grab. So you have to lift up and grab and pull to get this out once someone pushes this all the way down. Now, if you don't have any help, there is one way you can get this done still. So I have a bottle jack right here. This is my trick. So up here, if you get your bottle jack and you can set it right up on top. Once you have it set to look something like this, then you can start to turn it, and as you turn it, of course, it will start to press this down for you, and you won't need anyone to help you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this turned. Make sure you wear safety glasses and be very careful while doing this. That you don't want this, because you don't want this bottle jack to slip out at an angle. So just be very careful while doing this. But this is one way to do it when you're by yourself. If you want to make it safer, because there's a lip down here and a lip up here, you can get a small C-clamp or two and hold that and put them right here, just to hold it there. And you can even get another one and put on this side, if that makes you feel safer doing it this way. So I think I have this far enough down now. So I'm gonna need 2 hands to get this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I was able to get it out of there. So now I can grab my new one and start to put my new one in. And because I still have this bottle jack up here, I should be able to get this in here with no problem. And I had to come down on it just a little bit more also. All right, so I got it back in. You can see where this lip comes out right here in the arrow. That is the front, and that is where the hole is for the bolt. So I'm going to push this up with one hand and use my other hand to drop the first bolt in and get that started. Then I can get the other 2 bolts in. So I have them in a little bit, so now I can finish tightening them up now. All right, so before we put that sway bar link on here and put tension on it, let's go ahead down here and get this bolt back in here first. Just slide the bolt in from the other side and then put the nut on and tighten it up. Okay, so this is all tightened up now. So there's only one more part down here, and that is this. So you can see how that is off. So there's 2 ways again to do this. Again, you can put a jack on the opposite side and raise it up, and that would lower the sway bar, thus lowering the sway bar link, and then you can push it in after that. Or we can do the caveman way, get the crowbar, put it on top of the sway bar, and set the other side underneath the frame, and then you can push down on the crowbar. And when you do that, you can see how that, you can see it moving up and down now. So I'm gonna need 2 hands to get this in, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got that in and I got the nut on there. So you can use a T40 star bit to hold it inside, and then you can use a wrench on the outside to get that tight. So basically, technically, this is fully installed now. So all I have to do is put the tire back on, and that's it.